Okay. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Lineup Podcast. You've got the back three today, but it has changed more than Pep has changed his 11 because today we've got Roy, aka Chili B, Ben Chilwell, Man Like Emalito. Let's welcome our new guest, Roy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very good. It's very good to be back at the lineup.
Yeah, we used to have you on the Corona podcast.
Yeah,
We used to do it online.
yeah. The Corona podcast. Well, it's been a very good thing for me, and I'm very glad to be here with you guys.
Nice.
to do this. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, Beggy is out of town today.
Sure.
Invigilating some exams, I believe, or something like that in Malindi, but we're not going to get into the specifics. We will, however, be talking to him today as when we do get into the topics. But as you know, we always start with a quiz. And this week, the hint for the quiz that I gave them was the opening day of the Premier League. So my question to you guys is, can you name, or how many players can you name who scored the first goal in the Premier League over the last, we say, 6-7 seasons? Yeah. So we can start from either you want to start from 2011 coming down or from 2020 going up.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
From 2011.
From 2011 going up now, yeah. But you can just take a guess also. And at the end of this, between that, we'll also have a final question that, depending on the points, can be a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Okay, let's just 2011-12 season. Yeah, who do you think scored the first Premier League goal that season? Obviously, back in the day, we don't want to do it because back in the day, the games all used to start at the same time. I think just up to the early 2000s is when they started doing the whole early kickoff and other games. So recent history, 2011, I think since then, we've watched like every single Premier League season, Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know this one for 2011, but I knew everyone else since then. Up to 2019. I have no idea for last year.
2011, was it?
Well, last season it shouldn't be so hard to find. You just look for the first Premier League. Okay, you know what? Tranquilo, man. Let's start from 2011. Do you guys think you can name anyone who scored that first goal?
Drogba?
That's a good shout, but I was going to say he is still an active player.
Yeah.
And he has left the Premier League since and won everything under the sun.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't in the Premier League in 2011.
Gareth Bale.
No, but that's also a really good shout. But so obviously it's La Liga. He went to La Liga. Yeah. And this was his first full season in the Premier League. He had joined in January 2011.
Won everything since then.
Yes, everything and more even. Maybe not with his country.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's okay, let's just keep it moving. That
Tight.
is
That's really tight.
the one Luis Suarez scored for Liverpool against Sunderland in a game that ended 1-1. I believe Sebastian Larsson scored like a 6 Caesar kick. You remember that one, yeah? So 2012-13. This guy stayed in the Premier League only 2 seasons, and 1 season he was on fire. He was on fire and had a really legendary celebration. One of the best Premier League one-hit wonders.
Michu.
Miguel Michu. 1 point for Roy. That is correct. Okay, 2013-14. I don't know how to describe him. He's also a one-hit wonder season, but he stayed in the Premier League for a few more years. Guys had faith in him. He never really whatevered. He's black. He's English. And I think if I say any more, you would know.
Had a lot of promise.
Not a lot of promise. He had one crazy season. This season he had, it was a crazy season, 2013-14. And I think that is enough for me to say now. I don't need to say any more from there.
Let's see.
He's black, he's English. And he's a striker, let me say that then. There are not many black English strikers.
Daniel Sturridge.
Sturridge D, yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, 2014-15. So it's 2-0 now to Roy, by the way. 2014-15.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell you, okay, the goal he scored. I remember this game so well, man. This was the team he scored against. The manager, that was his first Premier League game ever, and he had come off the back of a very good World Cup. Who scored the goal? I think you know the manager, but who scored the goal?
Pardon, repeat that.
I said that the manager who the goal was scored against, yeah, he had come off the back of a very good World Cup, and this was his first ever Premier League game to manage.
That is 2014.
Yeah, 2014-15. Don't look so far, Malito. Don't look so far. He won. Okay, the guy who scored ball jersey number 4. That's as far as I can say. Anything I say after that, you would just know exactly who it was.
Fabregas.
Well, that is a good shout. That is a very good shout. Fabregas did wear number 4. He did just join the Premier League. But this guy had been in the Premier League before. However, Fabregas played on Monday night that season, if you remember, yeah. He had that crazy assist for Andre Schürrle.
I remember.
Yeah, so think about that same season. Who played the first game of the season? Early kickoff Saturday, 2:45 p.m. Those days it even used to be 45. All right, we need to save, in the interest of time, we need to save it. His name is Ki Sung-yong. Who scored for Swansea against Man United. That's why I told you, don't look so far.
Oh my God.
And the manager who had a really
Van
good
Gaal.
was Louis Van Gaal. He finished P3.
I got the manager, but player.
Okay, 2015-16 was an own goal. So we just allow it.
Yeah.
2016-17, this goal was the first goal of the Premier League, played against the current champions at the time. And it was controversial who scored the goal because 2 players hit it at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Now, do you know who was credited?
Hull City.
Yes, it was Hull City who scored, but the player...
Hernandez.
Okay, it is true. Abel Hernandez did score, but that's not what the list says. There were 2 guys who did the bicycle kick, if you recall. But I wanted that goal to go to Hernandez, but it was given to someone else.
Definitely forgotten the other guys.
Yeah, it's called Adama Diomande.
Yes.
Okay, 2007. But I'll give you that one. You knew most of the things, so we'll say it's 2-1. Okay, 2017-18. The first ever Premier League game on a Friday night. Who scored the first goal?
Vardy.
Incorrect. But Vardy did
Lacazette.
Should have given a chance to Roy to go first, but it's okay. We'll allow it. Yeah. 2018-19. Who scored the first goal of the Premier League? What hints can I give you to whatever you guys... Wait a second. Yeah, 2017-18. I mean 18-19. He is still in the Premier League, still doing inconsistently well. Yeah, and is constantly the... what's that thing? Scapegoat for his team.
Scapegoat. Martial.
No, but I believe he did score in that game. There's a chance he scored in that game, but no, not Anthony Martial. Well, now you know which team it is. You can't be that much harder, you know?
Pogba.
Paul Pogba scored a penalty against Leicester.
Yes.
How much did that game end?
2-1.
2-1 or 3-1?
Shaw and Pogba.
Yes. 2019-20 was also an own goal. Another game played on a Friday night. So I don't think I don't even remember the Norwich defender who scored it.
Oh, Hanley.
Grant Hanley. Oh my God.
That's good.
So I think that's what, 3-2?
Yeah, 3-2.
3-2. So now, tiebreaker for last season. Me personally, I'll be honest, I'll tell the guys in the crowd, man. I don't know.
Last season.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Or should we just do this?
Oh,
for
yes.
it? Uh-huh.
Mo Salah.
Did Liverpool play the first game? Yes, they did.
Yes, I think it was Mo Salah.
It was Mo
against
Salah
Leeds.
against Leeds. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
Leeds equalized, and then the story
thrilling game.
continued.
Yeah.
So wow, Emalito takes his first win in the quiz. But listen, one more. Who is the top scorer on the opening day? The guy who has scored the most goals on the opening day since the start of the Premier League.
Tough one.
Drogba is on the list, but he's not number one. You like Didier Drogba. He's been your answer like 2 times now. Quickly, we get into the podcast.
Shearer.
Alan Shearer, most likely, if you think about it. So anyway, that has been the quiz this week. And I think, should we give it a tie? Should we say Roy? Anyway, I don't know, man. You guys will decide who won, man. You guys tell us in the comments below, yeah. Okay. But before we do I want us to go through the comments from last week before getting into the game today. I saw there was like 14 of them, so big up you guys, man. Thank you so much for joining in with us. And
engagement.
Engaging with us. And no, this is from the first week. Let me check the ones from last week. Sorry, guys, just excuse me. And here we go. Clinton Shive or Clinton Shive. Please tell me how to pronounce your name. I'm not sure. Just waiting for football extravaganza to start. It's going to be late. Indeed, it has started, and it is quite late. Sheffield back 3 was solid. Right centre-back, Jack O'Connell. Centre-back, Phil Jagielka. Left centre-back, John Egan. Lundstrom was a centre midfielder. Thank you. Now plays under Steven Gerrard at Rangers. Andolo Begison, where's my prize? Can you relax? Kennedy Mwendwa sasa soka yanze sasa simu zizimwe indeed. Nice work, guys, from Kiprotich Dennis. Thank you. And Eric Obino here has the list of the Premier League Africans who scored
hat-tricks. Huh?
It's a bit short. It has Drogba, Mane, Salah, Yakubu, Adebayo, Eto'o. How could we forget Eto'o? Chelsea against Man United. We mentioned Bolasi, Kelechi, and Aubameyang too. Yeah, there's many.
You mentioned Kanu.
Nwanko Kanu has a Premier League hat-trick against Chelsea. A
Legendary
one. Yeah, quite a difficult one.
Mane having the fastest Premier League hat-trick.
Mane's got the fastest one, yeah. And guys, let's get into the podcast today. And we're about to get a phone in, man, which is a new thing. We're getting Beggy to come in and speak to us about Standard Arsenal. And so this season, who scored the first goal of the Premier League this season? He was the Brentford guy. What's his name? Canos, yeah. So guys, we're getting the call. Here is Andolo Begison. Beggy, man, how you doing? Hello, Beggy.
Area in Mariakani.
Hey, amesema kwa Mariakani, so let's just welcome
for
to
our
the podcast.
Mariakani listeners.
Can you guess who won? Beggy, are you at the beach or something, bro? The wind is a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of wind. Mariakani is an open place, so you just bear with me.
No worries. So who do you think won today's quiz, by the way?
I trust Chili B. I trust Chili B to take it.
Funny enough, Chili B took an early lead, but Emalito had a nice finish, a strong finish. Actually, it went a lot similar to the West Ham and Newcastle game, where West Ham took a 2-0 lead. Newcastle took a 2-0 lead, and then West Ham came back.
Yeah.
So, Beggy, man, tell us about Arsenal and Jose Canos. What does it mean?
So, this is the love story that all Arsenal fans should be having in their minds right now. Let's wait for a very tough 2 games where we'll get 0 points and enter the international break at 0, so that Arteta can finally go.
Really?
That is what I want. That is what any Arsenal fan should want for the betterment of the club. And if that doesn't happen, then we have no season to fight for. Us guys will just be another another mid-table team, and we'll have to deal with it.
Now, mid-table. Where exactly does mid-table end? I think it starts from like 6th to...
Yeah, but mid-table is between 1 and 20 is 10th.
So you think that's where Arsenal will finish, yeah? Don't think...
If Arteta has the entire season in his hands, 10th.
Wow. I think, personally, from what I saw, 10th even would be trying.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I think Arsenal are so poor, like okay, but the good thing is they are poorer sides. You have the Crystal Palace and Vieira that I personally don't trust. You have the Burnleys.
Yeah.
You have even Brent. Okay, no, we can't even hate on Brentford.
Yeah.
We can't even hate on Brentford. But just the way Arsenal looked to me, man, it didn't seem to me like that's a club that.
Brentford were all over us. If you look at if you watch the game correctly, Brentford were the better. So if that's the performance that we're having into Chelsea, into Man City, what do you expect as an Arsenal fan? Nothing. Even the honorable president Paul Kagame wants his money back as an investor. clearly, maybe Rwanda is no more something that Arsenal should be.
It's actually insane how he got so mad at that. I thought it was a parody account at first.
Yeah.
So
whole
mad.
president, man.
They never played like they wanted it.
Yeah,
At
imagine.
any
And they have
point in the
senior.
game.
There were senior players. I mean, Aubameyang and Lacazette were not there, but Xhaka was there. Was that the only?
Leno was the keeper.
Yeah, Leno is a
Pepe.
senior player.
Like the statistics.
Nicolas Pepe as well.
Besides the good performances from Smith Rowe and Lokonga, you can't really have anything positive about the side. Today, I'm not actually saying anything positive. Okay, KT just whipping in crosses, bro. As in, he doesn't even check to see if there's someone in the box. He's just whipping in crosses. And you could see all Arsenal fans have this in mind. It's route one. Take the ball to KT, let him whip in across. That was so boring to see.
And what do you think about the exchange for the rumors between the Aubameyang and Phil Coutinho exchange for Barcelona?
I'm this guy who say Aubameyang is finished at Arsenal, so I'd welcome the move. And we'd want to see what Coutinho will bring because his career also needs to jumpstart. So him coming to the Emirates and make things work will be really good. But I want to leave and just say that because I'm handling something here. Lukaku will score obviously 2-0 to Chelsea or 3-0 to Chelsea. Nice to have Chilibi back in the show, and he'll give his reviews, which I'll listen later on the game.
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for letting me be part of this as the first caller into the lineup.
Na by the way tumesoma comments zako, hakuna prize unashinda.
Sawa.
All right then, have a nice day, Beggy, man. See you, man.
You too.
Okay, bye. So that was Beggy on Arsenal, man. You guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Excuse the sound. Yeah, very good insight, but excuse the sound a little bit. He's in a windy place, man. Let's not dwell too much on Arsenal. I think we go over to the City versus Spurs game because that was, I think, the next big shock of the weekend. I think everybody expected Arsenal to go, even if Beggy said they would struggle, he expected them to win. And even nobody really expected Spurs to beat Man City, So the question I pose to you guys, is that a sign that that City really need Kane? Because, the first 15 minutes they were on fire, but after that they couldn't penetrate Spurs.
Well, for starters, I watched City against Leicester in the Community Shield, and they didn't look...
You did say last week that they looked lackluster.
Yeah, they didn't look sharp as we know them, which is quite understandable given that the season is just beginning, players are coming back and all this. But against Spurs, they have more quality than Spurs does, and you expected City to dominate the game. They did. In the beginning. And I think towards the end as well, they also don't. But they were not as sharp as we expect them to be. People like Mahrez were not really, turning on the style.
Yeah. The way you would expect.
Gundogan was
wasted my fantasy.
Yeah. Gundogan was lashing at balls, trying. But City, for me, you look at their record with Spurs, especially at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They've not been doing well the last 3 games or so.
But they just, sorry guys to interrupt, how good is it to have fans back, man?
It's wonderful, awesome.
The real different.
Yeah,
we had totally forgotten what
it's beautiful. I think the stadiums are more lively now, and
that was part of what really pushed Tottenham over the line against Man City.
That extra man, behind them.
The 12th man. It's a real thing. This weekend there were no draws.
Yeah.
And there were 7 home wins.
Wow, incredible.
Only 3 away wins. I think from Liverpool for sure, and
Chelsea
were away also, and
Chelsea were
no,
home.
Chelsea
No,
were
Chelsea were
home.
home.
Chelsea were home. Yeah.
yeah, because they're going to be away against Arsenal. Anyway, we'll check later. Or
Yeah.
you guys can tell us in the comments. Please do. Yeah. Yeah. So
So I think Spurs.
Yeah.
You know, there was a feel about their game that they needed to carry themselves without Harry Kane.
Yeah.
They needed to find to find a motivation within themselves, and they showed that. You know, players like Tanganga at the back were terrific. So, you know, they just knew that they had to give their very best. They did that, and they were lucky that they didn't find a fired up City team.
Yeah, but also
and Son also does. You know, he loves scoring against City.
he does love scoring against City. And speaking of also something against City, Nuno also has Pep's number.
Yeah,
He does.
Yeah.
Like, he just knows how to beat Pep's teams, you know?
Yeah, he did so at Wolves.
Yeah, he did quite a lot, actually. There was a season he did the double on him. Yeah, so Arsenal versus Spurs. The question is, Chili B, do Spurs need do City need Harry Kane?
I think they do, but it's probably because it's their fault that they do need Harry Kane. I think Pep has he has the best squad in the world.
Yeah, if we're being honest, yeah.
And nobody really knows why he went for Grealish.
It's true because in terms of attacking midfielders, they have a plethora of those, man. But I think it's because like Grealish had a release clause and they knew like if you just pay this money, you'll get the guy.
So
as opposed to banking everything on Kane and Spurs still refuse, then they wouldn't have any signings.
Yeah, I get that, but we've always said this about Pep, that he improves players, but he's not been able to do that with Jesus. And we know Jesus has the numbers.
Yeah, he's got talent. He's a talented player, yeah.
So I think Pep has to take that L on this one and just go all out for Harry Kane. Yeah, because he needs that presence up front, and he's going to change the way his team plays. He's going to change a lot that isn't happening right now. Because it was so easy for Spurs to take Ferran Torres out of the game.
Yeah. He played down the middle and he was barely a threat. He had a couple of chances, but nothing.
Yeah, he couldn't come short.
I think Lloris barely made any saves in that game. Like Spurs didn't have that many. City didn't have that many shots on target.
And by the way, talking about Kane and City, you look at City last season. They got the goals from mostly midfielders.
Yeah, we were discussing this last week. You had De Bruyne on 12 guys, all money guys in double figures.
Yeah, I don't think that is a trend that should continue at City. They need a proper striker, and I think that's why Kane is important.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Kane, important for City, guys. Discuss in the comments below. The next question I have, Emalito. Are United serious contenders, or have we seen this before where they play amazing against teams that like to play football, but whatever. But it's only the first game of the season. Pogba 4 assists, great performance. Bruno hat-trick. Can't take anything away from them, man. That was a solid performance right in front of the fans, unveiling Rafael Varane before.
Yeah.
Emalito, take it away, man.
Yeah. Looking at United and calling them contenders isn't bad, because they have quality.
Yeah.
Looks like they have depth as well. And so they deserve to be called contenders. However, it's only early days in the season.
It's early day. Not even early days.
Yeah. So looking back at Jose Mourinho's time when United finished second in the Premier League, they started very well. They started very well. The season when they signed Lukaku.
Yeah, 2017-18. That's the one Lukaku scored on his debut. I think he scored 2 goals.
Yes, against Everton.
Was it Everton or West Ham?
Yes, against West Ham.
At Old Trafford, I recall it was West Ham.
West Ham, yes. Yeah. So they started. They were off to a flying start, and it went on for a couple of games. And at some point in the season, they ran out of gas. And City, capitalized and got a very huge gap on them. last season they had a terrific away form, going unbeaten.
Yeah. Man United didn't lose away last season.
Yes, they
Never
did
lost.
not lose away from home.
Interesting. So all your L's were just in your own backyard.
Yes. So and yet when you're looking at title winning teams, your home form counts so much. So you feel that United have gotten a few signings that probably can correct this minor glitch.
Yeah.
However, the problem of consistency remains for United. And we saw that last season again when, they reached a certain point and they were winning, yes, but draws came in and points were dropped unnecessarily, against teams like Crystal Palace. So
I remember that 3-1 loss at Old Trafford.
Yeah, and when you're looking at rivals like City, they just keep on winning. They glide along and glide and until the league is done. So if consistency is a thing United can improve on this season, they have a chance, but it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
I think Rafael Varane personally puts Man United at such a better position than they were before. Having a solid defender, a winner, a serial winner, has won everything, including with his national team. I think that guy is gonna thoroughly improve the defense and also help out Maguire a lot. Because Maguire is good with going out with the ball, but he hasn't got much pace coming back. Interesting. And Jadon Sancho, were you excited by what you saw a little bit? He had a very short cameo, less than 15 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, he had a cameo. I think it was just to warm up his legs. Yeah. But the best of him is yet to come. I think there's going to be a bit of headache for Oli in terms of whether
selection.
Selection. And
I think he has to start Jadon Sancho, bro. You've paid all that money.
But
Mason Greenwood scored.
That's what I'm talking about.
You have to reward good performances with better.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's going to end up being a headache for all.
That's a good headache to have, though.
It's okay to have firepower. It's always good to have firepower. That's what Fergie used to entitle.
That's true. Fergie would have the top scorer this season and buy the next the guy who was number 2 next. Like I remember how we bought Dimitar Berbatov after a couple of seasons at Spurs.
And he had Tevez and Ronaldo.
And Ronaldo
and Rooney.
No, Dimitar Berbatov, I believe, was actually like the season Ronaldo left.
Oh, yeah, the season, true.
Yeah. Did they not play together?
No.
They did not. So United serious contenders, I'm sure Kiburi FC supporters are going to flood the comments with like, obvious, we're just yasa, bro. But as we move on to the two other potential title contenders in Chelsea and Liverpool, both 3-0 winners.
Yeah.
I think we go on with Chelsea first because you guys played against Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us what you saw from them. And because personally, that game was also the 5 p.m. kickoff that had many games. So I didn't pay too much attention to it fully.
Yeah, so the 3-0 win during the weekend, it was very good. It was a very good performance from us.
Who scored for you? Please just remind me.
Okay.
Marcos Alonso scored a free kick.
Scored a very good free kick. Pulisic with a finish from a tap in. And the best goal of the game was Trevor Chalobah with the debut goal. Yeah.
Imagine when I saw Chalobah in defense, I was like, Nathaniel Chalobah is back at Chelsea.
Trevor Chalobah.
That's what I found out. But Nathaniel Chalobah used to be at Chelsea back in the day.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a very good performance from the team. And finally, as a Chelsea fan, I can say, for the first time in probably 2 decades, we have a good mix of young players from the academy and players you have invested in the transfer window. And that puts us in a very good position, in the best position we've been in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was satisfied as a Chelsea fan with the performance. Very happy that Lukaku came. We needed that man. Chelsea needs that mean man, that big guy to save you from games, to score the equalizers.
There were a couple of draws and whatever that Chelsea had last season that they just let them get away, or they took a 1-0 lead and then some guy just pulled one back later on.
I like that Tuchel is involving everyone. He's using his squad very well. Yeah, and many managers, including Ole, can try and replicate that this season.
How
Because,
to learn how to use
yeah,
your players and
without actually freezing anyone out. I
Uh-huh.
think that's what Ole, that's his most important task this season, is how to use his squad to bridge that gap. Yeah. As for Chelsea, I'll just go with my manager. He said we cannot be title contenders after we finished fourth. So we're
joke.
just going to try and close the gap. Yeah.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
No, actually, deep down, I believe we should win the title with Lukaku and the mix of players we have. Definitely. Even if we don't bring anyone else in, we should be title contenders.
True.
Okay.
I agree.
The way you saw the game, the way Chelsea played. Personally, I didn't watch it with full attention.
Yeah.
Where does Lukaku fit in that system? Like, like who, for example, the front three was Werner, Pulisic, and Havertz. So who drops? Where does the position change? How do you think it's gonna go?
Personally, I think Werner may be dropped for a while because performance-wise, even throughout the friendlies, he wasn't really up
It was
there.
not outstanding.
Yeah. So although they say Lukaku will help Werner, it's still we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
We still have to see them play together. But I think Lukaku will go straight in exchange for Werner.
Of course.
And now that Ziyech is injured, Pulisic will get more game time at the right wing.
But I think the way Tuchel likes to play, I think Havertz would sit down because Werner, even if he's not been performing so well, Werner has the
Creates
pace
space, yeah.
and he just creates space for people.
Yeah. So Havertz may also
And he
sit down.
stretches defense, bro. And as a defender, when you have a guy who is quicker than you, you're just panicking.
Yeah. But I think Lukaku will help him, but we're yet to see it, so we cannot say it with
Can't say it with
confidence. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but either way, it will be good if he decides to switch to a 3-5-2 with Werner and Lukaku up top. That's okay.
I think actually that would. Oh yeah. It would have to be Werner and Lukaku up top because then.
And Mount from that half space.
Oh yeah, totally even forgot
Left.
about Mason Mount.
Yeah. The squads are stacked this season. That's one thing. So it's up to the managers to make the decisions in the top four. Four title contenders, yeah.
By the way, you talked about Havertz dropping. For me, I feel that Havertz has come alive at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And, having him on the bench, wouldn't that reduce on the kind of imagination the team would be having?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's been very good, especially from the right side. Yeah, and he drifts into very good spaces. So I'm not really. It's a very hard decision because I actually like all of these players.
And that's the reason you're not the manager.
Yeah, that's why I'm not the manager. He has to make some tough decisions in the coming weeks, but whatever he does, he needs to maintain that harmony that is established. Yeah,
True.
Well, damn. Say no more, man. Liverpool played also on the weekend, won 3-0. I don't want to get into that too much. I'd rather we spend a bit more time on like the entire Premier League roundup. Liverpool won 3-0. Salah scored. Big deal. We know. And actually, Mo Salah has now become the first player to score in 5 consecutive opening day fixtures.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
crazy.
And that's basically every opening day fixture he's played in.
yeah. At
Watford
Liverpool.
the first season, West Ham the second, Norwich the third, Leeds the fourth, and Norwich again for the whatever. And also Heung-min Son has scored in 4 consecutive opening days.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had that. I had the commentator say that this weekend. Just immediately he scored. Yeah, so also Heung-min Son is pretty good at that. Bobby and Jota getting goals. That's looking pretty good. Mo Salah with the assists. But one was by mistake.
Liverpool there.
Yeah.
Typical Liverpool.
Yeah, so I think that was a game that Liverpool were never going to be troubled. I think Klopp has had his defenders since the Euros started because even Trent didn't go, and Robertson, who was at the Euros, is currently injured. So basically, every player who played on the weekend was over there, was training the whole time, at least in the back four. The midfield.
Yeah, what did you think about the midfield?
That's what I was getting to. It
Yeah.
was okay. So I believe who started in midfield. Please remind me.
Naby Keita.
Keita, Ox, and Milner.
Yeah. Milner in that position was so weird. I've never seen Milner play in that holding position for a while. Ox and Keita are quite similar, but I think Keita is better. Ox, I don't know, man. This is his make or break season for Liverpool. I believe even his contract should be up soon. It was weird, but it's okay. I don't mind seeing it midfield like that for now. Let Jordan Henderson recover. Let Thiago recover. Thiago did even go to the national team for Spain.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, let those guys relax, man. Let them. This was such a makeshift midfield. Naby Keita he's barely played more than 15 to 20 games a season since he joined. I was more excited about the front three. Diogo Jota is looking so good. I love that guy, bro. As in Mane, we'll see if he's just become an African. You reach such an age and you're just finished. But let's go through the rest of the Premier League roundup because that had some pretty interesting results. You had the 4-2 game between West Ham and Newcastle. There was a penalty missed.
What a game.
Yeah, that was such an exciting game, I think, And the way I was saying on Saturday, why are we here talking last week? I was like, well, we were talking about West Ham and there's the Spurs and City game. But Callum Wilson, me personally, we were speaking about this off camera, but I'm a big fan of Callum Wilson. That goal he scored, the header at the near post. I like Callum Wilson.
Decent striker. I think he's good.
Very consistent.
Yeah. He's only, I think, injury prone.
Yeah, he's very injury prone.
Yeah. As we go to this other weird games, Burnley versus Brighton. Who even watched that fixture? If you tell me you did,
very nice game too.
Yeah.
Really, they were 2-1.
Yeah,
where the goalkeeper was the man of the match.
The substitutes stand on the style for Brighton.
Yeah,
I think there was this guy called Moda. He came on and immediately he fed Mopey. So the substitutes really worked out for Brighton. It was a good game. Lots of goals in there as well.
Yeah, 2-1. Chris Wood let me down. As we go on to Leicester versus Wolves, have you guys noticed Adama Traore's new position?
Yeah. He's playing as an attacking midfielder.
He's playing as a number 9.
As a number 9.
He's the striker and
he's the main man.
I believe so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him picking up those positions in that game.
Yeah, he had a couple of one-on-ones. But if they teach him how to finish, I think Adama Traore will be one of the best, whatever. But Watford returning to the Premier League, what a
shocker.
Yeah, that was especially by who would have expected Villa to lose. Villa were quite strong last season. Of course, lost their main man, Jack Grealish. But let's talk about the goals in that game, man. Let's talk about the goals in that game. There were 2 bangers, John McGinn and Cucho Hernandez.
Yes.
Who, by the way, we're also speaking off camera, by the way, guys, has been at Watford for 4 years, but hasn't failed to get a work permit, which is standard.
Bonkers.
It's crazy, but it's also standard English racism. We know this.
Wow. Okay. But I think that goal is... It probably has set his career on course, I think, in my opinion.
Cucho Hernandez, yeah, a guy who struggled to play in the Premier League for so long, and then the first day you play, you score a banger, and he came off the bench, and 43 seconds later, in fact, the commentators it took him 4 years to start a Premier League game. To get a Premier League game, it only took him 43 seconds to score his first goal.
Incredible.
That's impressive.
That commentator, one of my favorites, I forgot his name.
Phil Blacker.
That was him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I like him so much, man. What?
Nice guy there.
Is that all? Oh, yeah, Southampton v Everton. What's this guy's name? Benitez on enemy turf.
Yeah, I read on Sky that after that Everton win, they were interviewing fans. They don't really like him yet. So
they will not. It's going to be very hard for them to like him.
One of them said, until he wins the Premier League.
So they'll never like him.
I think that's overfetched because Benitez is actually a really good manager, and Everton are so used to like mediocrity. That's one thing. They're very big. They're a very big club, but they've always had that struggle or setback during the season. This time it was Ancelotti leaving. That was it. Like sent them back down, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
even James was saying, I only came to Everton just
Yeah.
to play under Ancelotti.
But Benitez has come. He's firm with what he's doing.
yeah.
James is training alone. He's going to go. He's not part of his plans.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how much was he signed for? He was signed for bare peas, right?
Yeah, like 20, 25.
Okay, that
Yeah.
can make it back.
But I think he's the man. He's the man to take these players whom they invested. They invested a lot of money in this current squad.
Yeah, and they're also
And-
building a new stadium.
Yeah, he's the man to give them that push to be a consistent contender for the top 6. Although Everton fans may not see that.
But let me ask you, is that even a realistic target? The way there's already 4 teams we know that are title contenders. So that's number 1 to 4 taken. Does that mean that like Arsenal and Spurs are just so far behind that they can
No.
easily be overtaken by the Evertons and the Leicesters and which other team? Moyes and West Ham as well.
I don't think Spurs are far behind. I think Spurs have a really good squad. They've had very good additions. Romero, I think he'll fit into Nuno's system very well. So Spurs may be there. I think Spurs will
They're
be
top
there.
4, they're top 6.
No, they're top 6. Will be their top 6. Yeah.
Plus me, I like Nuno. I'm a big fan of Nuno. I
Yeah.
really love that manager.
I guess Everton fans will fall in love with Benitez when he wins them a couple of Merseyside derbies.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God. And Liverpool fans, we can never hate him because he won the Champions League, but
That would be
that
painful.
would be peak. That would be so peak. And I need to give a shout out, by the way, to the guys who won this week's what is Super League, Super FPL,
Oh
Super
yes,
League.
yes.
Let me just find their names right here. Yes, okay. So this weekend, it was won by Ian Rosen. Obviously, Rosen, my G, we know you. And Ian Kamau for topping the first match. They each got 1,025 shillings. And Benson Karanja, he got 400. Unfortunately, the Super League is closed for entries. You had to be there by Friday 1 p.m. And it's a new experiment. We'll see how it works. I guess the first week guys are happy. I mean, if you can get 1,000 a week, just for beating your friends on
That's
fantasy,
decent.
that's pretty good.
Congratulations to them. by
Yeah,
the way.
congratulations to you guys. I would have loved to know how many points they got, but I can find out because we're all in the same leagues. Just a second, guys.
Number of points won. How are you setting up your team?
Okay, I don't think I'm going to play fantasy this season.
What?
Why?
Yeah. I'm going to spectate.
Why?
I guess I reach a certain point where I lose focus on my team. I
That's
don't
true.
make the changes, and when you do it for like 3 seasons straight,
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
this weekend on the lineup, the normal podcast, number 1 was El Zorro Tori Begisen, who's not Begisen Andolo because him is down there. He's in 10th. He got P10. 115 points. Let's see what this guy did.
He's down there just like his team
wow,
Arsenal.
Wow. Antonio, Ings, Wilson, Ben Rahma, Greenwood, Fernandez, Salah,
What a team.
Alexander Arnold, and Simicas. Basically, only Luke Shaw got 1 point and the keeper got 2. Everybody else got more than 5.
I think Luke Shaw's yellow card affected him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why he got that. So yeah, man, shout out to you, Tori Begison, Rosen Ian was P2. Guns and Mount was Ian Kamau, he was P3. And attacking the title, Jeffrey Carreri, rounding up the Champions League spots. So yeah, shout out to you guys, man. I actually thought I did quite well. Kumbe 76 is rubbish these days.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, so do you guys have you we spotted any fantasy gems so far, like guys who are low key, somebody who you never expected them to come through, or like what do you think? You're thinking patience or you're thinking the gamble?
Yeah, I think patience will work out because it's just season is just getting along. So we need to see who will pick up form and who will not, who will drop.
Yeah, me, I don't know why. I didn't think Jamie Vardy had a season in him left, but apparently he does. So in finishing, let's talk about the transfer window. Any final incomings, outgoings for your teams personally? What do you guys think? In the Premier League in general, the Aubameyang and Phil Coutinho thing, what do you guys think about that?
I don't think it'll happen. I don't think Aubameyang for Coutinho will happen. But I do think Arsenal will bring in an attacking midfielder.
Why would Barcelona want Aubameyang? They've literally just got another 32-year-old striker, Sergio Aguero.
He's injured.
Yeah. You think he's faking it?
I do
Because he's
think
mad.
I think he decided not to play because he had reported into the training camp, but after the Messi story broke. 2 days later,
was Aguero part of the Copa America winning squad with Argentina?
Nope. I don't think he was.
I think he was.
He wasn't.
And he might have been injured for a while then.
I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess.
Probably.
But if you guys know, me personally, I'm not going to lie. Again, I didn't watch Copa America. So please, guys, if you do know the specifics, let us know in the comments below. What the hell is going on in the Bundesliga? I'm not hearing anything from there, man.
Probably the pandemic.
No, but BVB had full stadium this weekend. But I don't know if it's Bundesliga. Maybe it was a preseason game. I'm not sure.
Super Cup.
Oh,
yeah,
the
Klassiker.
German Super. Their class. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think Arsenal are going to. They're completing Odegaard's move.
Yeah,
Is that going to happen today?
Odegaard.
Or like
Probably this
in the
week.
next couple of
Today,
days?
Yeah.
Arsenal fans, please let us know whether Mikel Arteta should stay or go. Please comment also, Man United fans and everybody else, about whether Man United are serious contenders this season, or is it, the flash in the pan where they win a 6-0 this weekend and then draw 1-1 with West Brom? Is it? I don't know. I'm just asking, I want to have the discussion with you guys in the comments below. And I believe we can even be replying, just to chat. So, I believe this is pretty decent time. Yeah, guys, man. Thank you so much. If you stayed this long, have a great day. And, you guys could just say goodbye and... Oh, wait, no, guys. Remember, please follow the Lineup Podcast. Everything, we're going to put everything below. This is Roy,
Like
E
Chili
and
B.
subscribe.
Beggy should be back next week, but obviously another time, Chili B is a very welcome guest. He can be coming in, Yazemi, if you explain.
Good having you, Chili.
Rotation, kidogo.
Yeah, rotation. But anyway, thank you guys so much. And have a nice week.
Cheers.
Thank you.